I don't think the Royals need a physiotherapist. I think they need a yoga instructor just to calm them down. I mean, it's just absolute mayhem. They're chasing 100. You would think they were chasing 300.
They do a lot of yoga these days, don't they? Cricketers.
Doesn't look like it.
Tossed up. Dependra's quick. He's quick. It's a misfield. And it's 2 runs picked up. Big shout this. Umpire says not out this time.
Ooh, they must be saying that is just outside the line of off stump. Just.
I don't know if you've heard of that man.
We were a little different. We practiced. I know, Bikram Yogi, isn't that done? It's done in the heat.
You know, we practiced as well.
I'm pleased to hear that. Yeah, all sorts of things that go on, but not a lot of practicing. I hear about golf. I hear about yoga.
That's going to be a dot and a very tidy over. Just the 2 runs coming off of it. 7 gone, 32 for 3. .2 overs, the mark that they would need to chase this by to knock the Yaks out of it. Doesn't look like they're getting there.
I think the Gurkhas can pack their bags, head to the airport. I think the only other factor that's on offer here is the fact that the Yaks could end up winning this game. The Royals could butcher this, and if they do win this game, they could go into 2nd place, put the Bolts into 3rd.
Uses his feet this time. We'd always assume that it might end up being a Bolts and a Royals final. The 2 sides have been quite strong through and through this tournament. The Yaks are hanging on though, aren't they? They've really turned things around.
Well, they've been 4 from 4, so they've been the form side. The last few matches, they lost their opening couple, but then they've been quite superb, really, since the introduction of Wilbur into their team. He's led with ball and with bat. Today, not really with the bat.
Getting some turn on that. Again, only managing a single. Technically, a run of ball gets them home.
What we thought it would play, or they were at the same function we read last night, one of the 2.
What do you think of the function last night? Great evening.
There weren't that many downs. A good run. And obviously imparting some knowledge on some of the local players on how he achieved that success. 8 gone, 36 for 3. Bolton, quick. Oh, he knew as well. He knew as well that he had been perfect. A good bit of glove work, actually. I know that.
Quick single again.
This is an area of the game that the Yaks need to improve in that.
Get a bit of patience out there, settle the sporadic running between the wickets.
Bit of calm. And a cover on that 30-yard circle again. Not ready to squeeze. Just be a single. Royals won't have enjoyed this batting performance. Their management will be a little bit nervy going into those playoffs because this is 2 games in a row where we've seen the top order not make significant contributions. Relied on their bowlers heavily. They now need their batters to shine if they want to raise that beautiful trophy come the end of this tournament.
Tossed up and targeting the toes. He's quick. They're most likely going to go upstairs with this, but he looked quite comfortably home.
Yeah, he's lightning quick between the stumps. The only thing here is, does he slide the bat in? Does he put the bat in? Does he make an error when grounding the bat? And that would be the only thing in the favour of the Yaks, you would think, but neither Walton nor Dependra thinks that he's in trouble, and correct. He is dynamite between the wickets.
As expected. Safely home. That's going to allow for another single. I'd really like to know what his beat test, yo-yo test, and maybe even the 2 kilometer scores are.
I think those are the favourites from players, having those fitness tests. Wouldn't imagine they'd be simple to pass at this altitude either. It's a couple of metres and I'm out of puff.
Through the gap. And we might just see a boundary. After 35 deliveries, finally, they pick up a 4, and it's come off the bat of Ishan Pandey.
He's a good cricketer, Ishan Pandey, and he's had a nice tournament. Yes, no, big contribution with the bat, but vital ones, and he's doing it again. This is nicely placed, and the outfield is certainly quickening up as this tournament progresses.
Frustrated with himself as he can't get off the mark, but it is a dot to end the 10th. We're going to go for a drinks break as well. The score 50 for 3.
Wasn't Lumbini Lions' year. Maybe next year, though. Let's see. And we also heard earlier, didn't we, from Swasta Makadka, the famous actress. There's so much hype already now, isn't there, for season 2? We haven't even finished season 1 yet.
Yeah, can't wait for season 2 already. And it'll be interesting to see what sort of players that can attract next year.
Even bigger stars, I suspect, Darren. End of the 11th, 50. Goes again. Fielder out there, juggles it, puts it down. Oh, Gulshan Jha, what have you done?
Wow, it's all happening. Again, he wasn't happy with 10 off 2 balls. He decides to go for another one. Again, he's fired it in, Basisto. Similar shot, just went a little bit more in front of square. Oh, he was juggling act. 3 or 4 attempts he had at it, and it goes down. Huge moment in the game. That would have been a big, big wicket for the Yaks.
Massive moment, you're spot on. You have to think now, is there a way back? Sudar Prashim aren't going to get there in 12.2, even if they level the scores in 13.1 and hit a 6. They still need 36. So the Yaks are going to squeeze through. Confirm that at the end of the next over. The Gurkhas will be knocked out. Edged away for what may well be 4, because the outfield's always quick here. It's an expensive over, the most expensive of the innings.
It is indeed, but they've done well here, the Yaks, to bowl the best 4 bowlers and make sure they qualify. That's the most important thing, whether they win or lose. But this is a decent delivery. He just opens the face a little bit, doesn't he, Ishan? Actually, quite a clever little shot, just uses the pace. Basisto firing it through. And again, the fast outfield here. The International Stadium just runs away for another 4.
Great batting, really good from the left hand, right hand. They had the fortune of the Jha drop, but it means that 16 runs have come from the 12th over. It's 71 for 3.
They've had the best 4 bowlers, and now it's time they can change. It looks like they're going to be safe. The Yaks qualifying. Nandan Yadav, 7 matches this series, just a 6 wickets, but a good average at 17, and economy's not too bad either. 7.17 and a best of 3 for 19.
And he's also bowled 2 match-winning death overs where he's held his nerve for the Yaks. Strange to see him coming in so late. I think he's had a really good tournament. That's a very well-judged single.
There he is, Gulshan. Unfortunately for him and his team, it was a juggling act. Amazing what goes through your mind when something like that happens. You stand on the boundary and thinking, what have I done? Here it is, fired in. Another decent shot into the deep, but got it too well. He just charged in at it, didn't he? That was the problem.
Just want to touch a little bit more on Gulshan Jha, as he's now in action again, doing the fielding. Sorry, doing the backing up, correction. I cannot understand why they're not using him with the ball. He bowls almost always his full allocation for Nepal at a senior level. He's bowled 7 overs in the tournament here. I can't get my head around it. Direct hit would have been out, but it's well wide as Gulshan Jha does the backing up. He's just started to come to the boil with the bat. He made 49 not out in the game before today. Then they hide him away at number 7. Every single one of the 8 franchises through the draft for this league bid the maximum for him. The Yaks got him purely by the lucky draw. And you would have to say they're significantly underusing him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? But when you're picking a team and putting a team together, you try and get a good balance. But they've gone for a player there who can do a bit of both, and yet they're underusing him probably with a ball and dropping him down the order when he bats. There'll only be one person disappointed, and that'll be himself, unless the team goes on and wins the tournament.
1 over, none for 9. 3 overs, 1 for 31. 3 overs, none for 16. Hasn't bowled since.
Well, he's fetched it a little bit, though, hasn't he? Not great figures when you consider the pitches they've been playing on.
Well, Monty Desai for the national team and his captain Rohit Powdell, I can't remember a game for Nepal where he hasn't bowled at all, and he often will bowl his full 10 over allocation. In September against Canada at King City, he took his first 5-wicket haul in an ODI and made 50, and even though Nepal lost the game, he was still the player of the match.
Pretty impressive figures. 5 for them 50? Yeah, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
50 came off 32 balls as well.
Well, don't do that many times in your career. 5 for them 50. Even rarer, probably 5 for 100.
Incredible he's not being used. You try to sort of hold your thoughts a bit up here, because we don't know what's going on within the camp. If he has a niggle, if he doesn't, it really does stagger me.
Or is it the fact that the 5 bowlers they normally use have done pretty well, so there's been no need to use him?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, and they probably didn't think they would get the number of overs that they have from Will Basisto. Yeah. I know expensive today, none for 30. There are the 2 men. Now, Gyanendra Malley, he's kind of the head coach and the director of cricket, but next to him, just behind him, you see there, that's Raju Basnet, who's obviously a very well-renowned local coach too. So between the 2 of them, and obviously the skipper, Sampal Kami, who's another seamer, maybe they've too many seamers, they want more spinners. They've just underutilised Gulshan Jah.
Well, they know they've got the job done now. The Yaks are going to be going through to that top 4, or stay in the top 4. And unfortunately for the Gurkhas, it's good night. We'll wait now till next year. It's been good enough. A good partnership going now for the Royals. 49 of 48 deliveries.
Rounds out the 13th over, gets away with a good sharp one. It's 77 for 3.
Got a decent amount of supporters in the stadium today.
Irie wants to. Look at how quick he is. Oh, it's just scary, isn't it? As a consequence, the fielder is to throw the extra 22 yards to the far end. And even though Ishan Pandey is not as quick as Irie, I think he's got home.
The problem is, when you're batting with someone who's as quick as Dipendra, right, Irie, but it can cause issues, because you've got to remember, not everybody is as quick as you. But he gets home safely. Good bit of keeping from Walton. But between them, they got through for the 2.
And it brings a 50 partnership up for the 4th wicket. Ishan Pandey, I know it's quietly, I know it's not at a strike rate of 200, has had a really good tournament. I was on air yesterday with HD Ackerman, Goffey, as Irie doesn't want the second this time, when Ishan Pandey was retired out. Don't think, well, I certainly didn't like it. I don't think HD liked it. What's your thoughts on that?
No, I don't like it. And when I was a coach just a few weeks ago with Lahore Qalandars, we was going to substitute someone for the last over and put Carlos Brathwaite in, but thankfully he got out, so I didn't have to do it, because I don't like doing it either. I think it's just about everything. The bowler gets basically punished for bowling well, and the batter gets punished for the bowler bowling well, and you just tick him off.
Trademark Irie stroke, it's the cut. He's got the fastest hands in the West, Desiree. The Royals, well, they're going to make it 6 from 7, top of the table.
Well, not just the fastest hands, he's got pretty quick legs as well, Desiree. And there you go, they're pushing it through almost too quick and just using the pace of the ball. And that's all you have to do is just get bat on it. Slow it down a little bit. Too quick, you can just deflect it, use the pace of the bowler.
It's his favourite shot. Loves it, does play the helicopter too, doesn't mind that one, but when he gets anything short and wide, he's obviously quite short in stature. He just loves to get those wrists activated and into the game. Met his parents yesterday as they'll again run an unlikely double. That is official, not just from our calculations, from your back of the cigarette packet, or from me or you on the calculator. Officially, the Yaks are through. That's thanks to the official tournament statistician. The Royals haven't chased it quickly enough. The Kathmandu Gurkhas are gone.
Yeah, well done, the Canali Yaks, qualifying for the playoffs. The coach can breathe now and celebrate through to the playoffs. Well done, the Canali Yaks. There's been a few nerves coming into today's game.
They'll have work to do in the playoffs. It's almost certain, in fact I think it is certain now, that they will play the Chitwan Rhinos. 14 bowled, 87 for Nepal. And breaking news, if you're just tuning in, we've got our 4 finalists, the fabulous 4. It's not Joe Root and Steve Smith and Virat Kohli and Kane Williamson. It's Sudhir Pashim, it's Janakpur, it's Chitwan, it's Karnali. And what more, Goffey, I can confirm for you right now that the 1v2 game as Irie goes to the boundary again is going to be the Sudhir Pashim Royals against the Janakpur Bolts. It's the El Clasico again.
Yeah, more El Clasico, but let's get this one over the way first. Another beautiful shot from Ari. He's been quite sensational today in a big game for the Royals. He's fielded like Jonty Rhodes. He's bowled well. Now he's playing like Virat Kohli. He's had pretty good games so far.
That's why they call him the Tiger, the three-dimensional cricketer that he is. So it's going to be El Clasico 1v2. And Chitwan versus Karnali, 3 versus 4. He's doing it again. It's 4 more. They're just about to get over the line. The Royals, their fans sent into ecstasy. Their Tiger putting in another staggering performance.
I'll tell you what, if they'd have got off to a better start here, the Royals, they could have put the Yaks out. They really could have. But they bowled the best bowlers. Zishan Maksud only going for 14, but this is another wonderful shot through mid-wicket. Just picked it up, you're right. Square of the wicket shots, he's really, really good. Cutting and pulling. Tends to be the trend, doesn't it, for the guys who are shorter in stature. They're really good. Square of the wicket. Cutting and pulling.
I wouldn't rule him out trying to go bang bang here and get it done. Oh, is that a tickle? Irie does not even wait. Lovely piece of sportsmanship. He knows he's nicked it and he immediately puts the bat under his arm and walks off. Scant consolation for Nandan Yadav, and the Yaks are going to be beaten out of sight here. But it is another wicket for the young quick.
Yeah, the young quick. Good length, just tried to hit it on the up, didn't he, through the offside. The disappointment's there. He knows his team are just about over the line with a win. And Chadwick Walton, a simple catch behind the stumps. But what an innings from Dipendra Singh Ari. 38 from just 29 balls. And the Royals on the verge of victory at 95 for 4.
Song and dance as Arif Sheikh comes to the crease. He played well yesterday, 42 not out. He needed those runs. And he'll just need 7 to win for the Royals. Good, nice bouncer.
And he'll be after a little not out today as well. They really will. They always help the average, those little not outs, red inkers. But a good start from Nandan. Terrific heart and personal pride. Here's the wicket. Good action, good snap. Oh no, that's the bouncer. Look at that. Wow.
No shortage of pace, Coffee, is there, from Nandan Yadav?
Mate, I've been impressed by some of the faster bowlers in this tournament. Really is. Nandan's got a bit there. Kugelheim was fantastic yesterday. He was 5-wicket all, bowled quickly. Chris Saul can get it through as well.
Kishore Mahado has been excellent as well. Slashed away for 4. They're 1 shot away as Arif Sheikh shows that improved form from yesterday's game. He takes it into this morning.
Well, momentum takes you a long way, and it's always good to come in a bat knowing you've got a few runs the game before. A little bit of swing, but too full and wide, you can just get your hands free and runs away for another boundary. But a lovely action. He's got Nandan, but just straining his length there and line.
Yeah, playing great cricket down in Australia, himself and Kishore Mahado, and certainly 2 bowlers that Monty Desai, I think, will want to try and get back in and around the national setup. Plenty of talent. And a good finish. Closes out the 15th. It's just 3 to win. The Royals stamping their seal on their dominance in this tournament with number 1. It's 99 for 4.
From 29 deliveries. That's the winning moment. And they do it in style, the Sudhir Paschim Royals. They remain on top of the table. 6 wins in 7 matches. They've been the form side. And they power themselves to the top of the tree with another convincing 6-wicket victory over the Karnali Yaks.
And just those last 2 strokes that Dishan Pandey played shows you that he does have another gear. But he knew that he didn't need that gear, that his team didn't